Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing amazing. My name is Sarah and this is my channel, Serendipity Astrology. I'm doing tarot and astrology for the new moon in Cancer, June 28th and 29th. Sorry, it is the 29th already, so those of you who are already experiencing the new moon energy tends to stick with us for a longer period of time, so this will still be applicable. I feel like what happens with some of these moons is very gradual. You know, it's not instantaneous. For some of you, it is instantaneous, and you'll see this and you'll feel it. I feel like this is a more significant new moon because it's in Cancer is the first water sign of the zodiac in order. And, you know, this moon is really linked to our emotions. It's linked to our feelings. It's linked to how we feel with ourselves, how we feel with others. You know, I feel like a lot of it has to do with, like work, what a lot of us do out of necessity, you know, just to make money, to live in this life. A lot of us aren't living our purpose, I feel, and that we've all been forced to really look at that and sit with it and see what it is that we value within what we're doing with our lives, if it's our soul's calling, if it's not. So I feel like this new moon, it's a great time to set new intentions. It's great for new ideas, new feelings, it's like a new playing field for you. And so Aries, this is happening in your 4th house. Natural house of Cancer, home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, your foundation, mother, you know, children, women, femininity in general. You know, Cancer to me feels like a very feminine water sign. So, again, I feel like a lot of you are reconnecting more with your home and your family. You know, I feel like a lot of you are spending more time at home. You know, you're connecting more with your roots. I feel like a lot of you are getting more of a solid foundation with your home and family. Especially, and I feel like this new moon is going to help really, it's really going to cement in that energy. 2 of Swords and 9 of Swords. So this 2 of Swords and this 9 of Swords, to me, that's a lot of mental energy. I feel like a lot of you have been stuck in your head recently. You know, and you know, maybe you've been spending too much time staring at your finances. And it might be a little tough for you to, you know, look away and really spend that time, you know, having fun. It's supposed to be a fun time of life. And this 2 of Swords to me is saying that you're in uncharted territory. This is someplace that you've never been, so you feel like you're kind of flying blind. You know, I'm sure you have a little bit of your guard up and you're trying to be more protective of yourself, but sometimes we just have to let ourselves feel this 9 of Swords energy, this, you know, staying up at night, thinking too much, and, you know, there's just stuff on our mind. I feel like it's time for Aries to kind of let go of that. I know that can be difficult because you guys are doers. You really like being in control of things. Grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. I feel like that's what it's going to take for you guys to see more results at this time, is by taking your focus off of what you're staring at all the time. And I feel like a lot of you are staring at, you know, the outcome of everything and trying to steer everything in a direction. But the universe has a plan for you, and it really ushers you where it wants you to go. Justice. You know, a lot of you are concerned with the scales balancing out. You know, I always said to myself when I was young that, or, you know, I still am young, but for the longest time that, you know, life throws at us a certain amount of not great things, and it circles back with the good things, because there's a balance to life. And I feel like a lot of you have seen that scale tip into one side, and it really hasn't been favorable for you, but not all the time. You know, you gotta hang on to those great things that happen for you, and it will bring more great things. And, you know, the more grateful you are for what's happening for you, the more great things can happen for you. All right. I'd be mindful of the words you say at this time. I feel like they carry more weight than you realize. And I would try to have some fun, lighten things up, you know, try and get away from this energy. You may be in uncharted territory, but that doesn't mean that you have to feel this way. All right, Taurus. Taurus, this is happening for you in your 3rd house. Technically, that is the natural house of Gemini. Now, I feel like this for you guys is based a lot around how you, it's like how you think of your home, how you think of your family, how you think of, you know, your foundation. I feel like some of this has to do with a lot of you reconnecting with a feminine part of yourself that maybe you felt like didn't exist or had been lost for a certain amount of time, you know. Might be some resentment towards someone that's holding something back, and I feel like you're getting a fresh start in that area. The 8 of Cups just flew out of the deck. And the 3 of Cups. Now, this 8 of Cups to me is saying that you're walking away from like a painful emotion that is something that kind of was holding you back for some time. You've been staring at these for so long, wondering what happened and why everything didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. But like I say, you know, the universe has a plan. It brings us where we need to be. And sometimes that can be difficult. Sometimes that can be energy that's heavy or can be painful. But on the other side of that pain is a breakthrough in you opening up and there being more, like someone better can be out there waiting for you. Also the 3 of Cups. With that 3 of Cups, I feel like a lot of you are going to be spending some time just having fun. You know, I know I've said this in some of your readings most recently that, you know, you're walking away from the painful emotions and just kind of focusing on enjoying yourself more. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. You could teach Aries something. Aries needs to lighten up sometimes. And you do the ant spirit, time to collaborate. Collaborations, having fun, you know, enjoying yourself, getting out there, you know, focusing on what fills your cup. You know, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel whole, you know, understanding that sometimes there are periods of time where you're on your own, and sometimes there's a period of time when you're not, and you're with someone else. Let's see. Get the 5 of Cups. Some of you might still be, you know, looking at what's gone, not really understanding why things went the way they went. I feel like there is clarity on the other side of pain, though. You know, so I do feel like you're walking away from this energy, like you're redefining what it means to, like, for you, like, roots-wise, like, what a family for you looks like, what home feels like for you. Some of you might even be, like, freshening up the look of your home. I also feel that for some of you. But yeah, I don't feel like you stare at this energy forever. I feel like it's just something that you have to look at every once in a while, and it's part of your process for letting some things go. There's nothing wrong with that. You guys have been through a lot in the last couple of years. I know we all have, but a lot of you have been going through your fair share, especially with the North Node being in your sign. And you're getting a rework on who you are. Like, this is your identity, your approach to life. That could be changing. And this new moon that's linked to your emotions could have something to do with that. All right, Gemini. Gemini, this is happening in your second house. Wow. Technically, that's the natural house of Taurus. It deals with money, work, income, daily routines, values, material possessions, priorities, habits, your job, and your work ethic. But Cancer having to do with home, roots, family, self-care, emotional foundations, your mother, children, women, and femininity. It's like, you know, balancing those two things together. You might be taking on more of a masculine energy, and for the most part, and you know, this is a new beginning in, like, I feel like how it's like your daily routines around home, around self-care, but this could be you reconnecting with the, like, the feminine parts of yourself. You know, we all have it. You know, there's that in all of us. So let's see. Could also be getting a new beginning where it, like, how you, like, oh geez, the income that you create for yourself and what that's linked to, how that roots you in your family. Maybe the self-care that you may or may not be doing, that might be in the spotlight as well. All right, 4 of Wands. Let's move this up. And the 2 of Pentacles. You know, I feel like a lot of you do want partnership, but it's balancing out the two sides of yourself. Gemini is a duality. You know, your energy is split, I feel like, and there's two sides of you. There's a side that really wants something great and someone great in their life, and there's someone that, you know, likes that time to themselves and really enjoys that stability of just being with themselves, you know. But there's also the stability of being in a partnership, you know. So I feel like you guys teeter back and forth between the two, and that feeling that you have. So I have the 4 of Wands here. And it feels like stability in relationships. Might just be, you know, relationships at work, relationships, like friendship relationships, but I feel like the duality that exists within yourself is something that's like an energy that you're working with right now. You're trying to join these two energies together so that, you know, you're not on one side or the other side. You're like, it's like when Bruce Banner and the Hulk, like, totally, like, fused together in Endgame. Total reference of Endgame. But it's like bringing the best of both worlds into your life, and that being you, you know, and the stability that that brings. The Scarab Beetle spirit, magic works through you. I feel like magic does work through you, especially when you feel like you're more balanced and you're more, like, you're not at war with yourself per se. But again, I do feel like this has to do with, you know, home and family. But it's wrapped around, you know, money, work, and income. This might be pulling you in two different directions. That could also be what this 2 of Pentacles is. Page of Cups. I feel like a lot of you have a certain of like certain beliefs that you carry with you that, you know, sometimes you feel like the right person won't ever come along, or that right person's like here right now, you know. And that Page of Cups energy, like, all I can see is this pig flying in the background, you know. And I feel like a lot of you like say, you know, when pigs fly, I'll settle down. Because I feel like Gemini has a restless energy. You might not want to settle down. You might just want to, you know, play the field for a little while and fill your own cup. You know, make sure that and have fun while you're doing it. And this is a season where, you know, fun is on the table, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere. For the southern hemisphere, this is the start of fall. You know, fun can be on the table for that too. You know, this can be a time of like having fun with friends, you know, putting yourself out there a little bit. But I do feel like this is wrapped around your feelings and how you feel about yourself and others. All right, so this feels like a pretty good new moon for Gemini. Let's see. Oh, this is happening at 7 degrees of Cancer, by the way. So I would check your natal chart. There are many websites out there that do a free birth chart, and you can see the house wheel. There's 12 houses to the zodiac wheel, and Cancer is the 4th house. But in if you're a Gemini rising, that is your 2nd house. So if you have any planets or points at 7 degrees of Cancer, you know, that might be, you might be having those feelings be, like the energies of that planet will be expressed, but it'll be through the lens of Cancer. Okay? All right, so let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, this is happening for you in your 1st house. This is, you know, yourself, your appearances, beginnings, the body, your first impressions, your attitude, your identity, your approach to life. But this is coupled in with your house. So that's home, roots, family, self-care, emotional foundations, you know, your mother, children, women, femininity. Might be adopting a new attitude about your identity and like what you line up with. I feel like a lot of you have had some changes. You got the World just popped out. Yeah. New cycle has begun for you guys. And the foundation of that is your home, your family. That is your foundation. Cancers, your home is your shell. You spend a lot of time there. That's where you love to be the most. I feel like a lot of you have started a new career or business. And, the 7 of Cups, I feel like there's some emotional cloudiness that you're feeling. I know the 7 of Cups can traditionally speak of being spoiled for choice or having a lot of options, but I feel like there's a lot of clouds right now. There's some cloudy things happening, probably around home, family, but there's this new cycle that you've started in work and business. I feel like, you know, so home and family, like you got to integrate. It's integrating everything and lining everything up. But you're in a place where you feel good about yourself. You're starting to feel better about yourself. Seahorse spirit, watch and wait. You know, with this cycle change, you might not be seeing results automatically. You might not be seeing them right away. That's why I feel like there's more of this cloudy confusion energy. You know, watch and wait. You kind of got to let the dust settle. And especially with the recent changes that you've made, or a lot of you have made, around like work, business, and the connection that has to your home and your family, you know, and how you show up there, how you emotionally show up there. I feel like a lot of you are opening up more because you feel better about yourselves. The Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like a lot of you are spending a lot of time focusing on work right now. And that's something that you're very passionate about. That's something that you're working very hard at. And it's something you enjoy. You enjoy being successful. And I feel like success is a part of your life at this time. You've made your way out of this cycle that was, you know, tough, super tough. It was not an easy cycle for you guys. The last 10 years have been very tricky for you guys, but I feel like you're you're coming out of the clouds. You're coming out of the woods, finally. But you just gotta watch and wait. You know, you gotta spend a little time just, you know, letting things integrate and settle. And like I said, it's not gonna be like this second. It's not going to happen crazy quick, but you know, there's an adjustment process that you're going through right now, and there might be some bumps along the way, but I feel like you're on a better path than you were like 3 or 4 years ago, and you feel a lot better about yourself. All right, Leo, this is happening in your 12th house. That's endings. You know, wow, healing, closure, spirituality, solitude, karma, old age, afterlife, what's hidden, you know, limiting beliefs, and the subconscious. Okay, so, you know, this might be linked to your limiting beliefs about home and family and like subconscious programming that you have wrapped around this. Maybe there's been like programming that you've been carrying around with you your whole life that has really taken its toll on your life and, you know, the way you operate within your family. You know, if this is a family that you have, like, you know, you have a partner, you have kids, be affecting that, or just, you know, if you're friends of your family, that can affect that too, you know. Let's pull you one more card. And the Justice card. You know, I do feel like a lot of you have made some big moves, made some big changes to your life. A lot of you might have gone out on your own. You're not making apologies anymore. You're just doing what you feel is best for you. And I do feel like you're seeing the scales even out, and they might even be tipping more towards you and in your favor. Like, there's more things happening for you in the background than you even know. But you're seeing things balance out in front of you, too. It's like what you can't see about, like, home and family for you is what's getting a refresh. Like, maybe within a partnership that you have, you know, that has to do with that's your home, that's your family, there's a lot of things that are hidden. Like, there's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of emotions wrapped around those secrets. But, you know, it takes two to tango. And if you're a part of that, you're a part of that energy too. So maybe by you making changes within yourself, that can change your outer reality as well. You have the chameleon spirit. Act as if. You know, I feel like you should act as if you're successful, because you are. Even if it's like the ground, like the beginnings of success for you, it's happening. This is happening for you. And like I said, you have justice. So, you know, the life is balancing out for you, but you were on the lower end for a good amount of time, and just things were being taken away from you, and, you know, there was a lack of communication, probably between you and your partner. You have the Sun. Well, this is your dreams coming true. This is your wishes coming true. This is you bringing what's in the dark into the light. You know, for the sun to wash away. Like the bad feelings, the mixed emotions, and what you feel like's holding you back. You know, bring it out into the light so the sun can bleach it and, you know, make it fresh again. But again, I do feel like a lot of you are making moves. You're making things happen for yourself. But it is wrapped around your home and your family, especially with Cancer being the ruler of this new moon. So your emotions are going to be, they're going to be a part of this. And for some of you that like to stay a little detached, I don't think you're going to be able to do that, you know, especially with this moon being present and the houses that it takes up. All right, so let's move on to Virgo. Virgo, this is happening in your 11th house. Okay, so the 11th house, that is the house of groups, friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, technology, hopes and wishes for the future, and just the future in general. But that's also tied into the 4th house of home, roots, and family. You know, I feel like some of you might be at a place where you can start bringing your friends over to your house or your apartment or something. You're more willing to share that part of yourself with others now because it more reflects what you wanted it to reflect to begin with. Like the life you kind of always wished you had, but seemed kind of out of reach because a lot of you felt like you were really stuck. You know, Capricorn was pressing down on you guys, or like Saturn's been pressing down on you guys for quite some time. So, you know, it's giving you a new, like, dynamic to the way everything works in your life. Like, maybe starting a group. That has something to do with social awareness, too. You know, you might need to spend more time with self-care, too. Even though this is wrapped around friends and groups, self-care is going to be important for you, and some healthy boundaries, I feel like, are something that popped into my head. You have the 8 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are working hard because you're trying to maintain a certain level of comfort and a way of life that you live now. Like, you had to redefine what that looked like over the last couple of years, but I feel like a lot of you are spending a lot of time, like, you're working really hard, but that has to do with your foundation, the Queen of Pentacles, and like your financial foundation, I feel like, too. But that's rooted around home and family, and because of the dynamic change that you've had over the last couple of years, it might look different than it did like 4 or 5 years ago. Hey, maybe even 2 years ago, it might look different than that. So I feel like a lot of you had to work harder now to maintain the life that you want to have, but it's nothing you're not willing to do. I'm sure a lot of you are excited about it. You know, this is something that you're, yeah, the leap of faith card keeps popping up, the grasshopper spirit. You know, in past readings, I do remember Aquarius having some times where they were looking into doing something new with themselves, like for work. For some of you, that might be what this leap of faith is, this grasshopper. You're taking a leap of faith towards a new direction or something that'll, like, light you up, you know, and you'll feel more fulfilled. It'll be more fun. You might be feeling stale where you are, stagnant, but I feel like there's going to be an idea or something that pops up for you guys that really lights your fire. And I don't feel like you'll have to sacrifice stability for that. Justice. Some of you might have a pending legal issue that you're waiting for the results. I feel like with the Justice card, the scale is going to be tipping more in your favor. It's going to be like a lot more, like a lot better for you guys. Wow, did I just skip to Aquarius? Oh my god. This is like the second time I've done this. Okay, so yeah, Aquarius. Where did I just go to? Oh my god. Cancer, Leo. I just totally skipped Virgo. I'm so sorry. All right, Virgo. Wow. Okay. So, this was happening in your 11th house, Virgo. So, let's see. The 11th house of Aquarius, groups, friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, technology, hopes and wishes, and the future. So, let's see. I feel like a lot of you are going to be spending more time out with friends. You're going to be enjoying life more. There's going to be a certain level of like playfulness that you feel, and you know, you might be invited to be a part of more groups. This also might be wrapped around your wishes and your hopes for the future. Especially having to do with family and home and your roots. There might be a new beginning with, you know, your mother, your children. You might be feeling more connected to them at this time. Let's see. 5 of Swords. And the 10 of Wands. I feel like a lot of you have really had to stand up for yourself. You've really had to look at how you've been carrying way too much, and it's been time to lighten the load. It's really been time to lighten the load. And, you know, that has to do with self-care. That's a part of Cancer. Self-care. You know, that's your foundation. You know, maybe some of you have children and you want to be able to spend more time with them. I also feel like a lot of you have had some, it's like you've had some like troublesome conversations with some people. It might have felt a little like jagged. Might have felt a little, you know, like severe. But again, I really feel like this is you asserting yourself for everything that you've been carrying. You've been carrying way too much. And it's time to put down those wands and stop carrying this crazy heavy burden for yourself. Again, like I said, that's a part of self-care. Realizing when you're carrying too much, and realizing when, you know, you're focusing your mental energy on something that isn't helpful. Like, these people are putting their swords down. They're walking away from that fight. And I feel like you don't want to fight with yourself anymore. I just shuffled these again. And the grasshopper spirit just came out again. That grasshopper spirit, taking a leap of faith. Taking a leap of faith towards... Some of you, this might be marriage. I'm telling you. I feel that for Virgos. Like, I feel like you're taking a leap of faith towards a new emotional beginning with someone, you know, and this is going to affect how you're rooted in life. It's going to affect your home. It's going to affect your family. And, you know, your emotional foundation is going to be different than it was. Wow, this card really wants to stay out. It's the Knight of Swords. That's funny. I feel like this is a time of action for you guys. Like, you're going to be on the move quite a bit. You're going to feel like you're running around a lot. But, again, you're going to need to start putting this energy down, that Ten of Wands. Making room for self-care, making for enjoyment, making room for your relationships, making room for fun. You know, really enjoying life and enjoying how things can play out, how they can work out for you in amazing ways that you can't even see. You just can't even see it coming, okay? All right, Libra. Libra, this is happening for you in your 10th house of, oh my God, wow. That's a natural house of Capricorn. That's career, long-term goals, your, like, structure. That's your status, your reputation, your public image, masculinity, men, fathers, like your expertise and fame. That's linked to Cancer energy, though, of home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, foundation, emotional foundations, like mother, children, women, femininity. So I feel like it's like the mother and the father coming together. I feel like that's like a marrying of energies. It's like you're feeling the balance of feminine and masculine within yourself, especially with Cancer and Capricorn. Like Cancer, Cancer house and Capricorn house coming together for you. I feel like this is going to be a pivotal new moon for you guys. Huh. You like to see balance. I do feel like this has to do with your relationship between work and home. Like, a lot of you, I feel like, have been really putting your all into a business or something of that nature. Like your work. Wow, you have the Magician and the Chariot. Okay. You know, you want to create something amazing in your life, but it might require going down a new path. It might require you to go down a different route than you have every other way, because you can't, like, you're only going to create what you've already had, trying to create the same way you've always created. So you got to create in a different way. Like, it's like creation without fear. Now, the Chariot is the card of Cancer too. So that's a strong Cancer indication of this moon being pivotal for you. But I feel like you're going to need to change things up in your life if you want to create something new for yourself, along with, like, maybe it'd be like a business or something that is wrapped around home and family. So it's like adding that in as another dimension to what you're already doing now. You have the Crow Spirit. Co-create with Spirit. Yeah. What this tells me is that a lot of you are starting to link more up with your intuition. Like I said, Cancer is a water sign. It's linked to our emotions. And I feel like our emotions are linked to our intuition as well. So that might be what you're linking up to, what you're, like, that's helping you co-create. That's helping you be in a place where you can create. But some of you might be trying to force this energy of creation to, like, make something materialize in your life. But I feel like it's partial, like, it's partly putting energy into something, but it's partly kind of sitting back and watching it kind of happen a little bit. Like, there's a push and there's a pull that there has to be in order for, like, there to be creation. But again, I feel like this is a new path for you guys. This is like you're not taking this route of the Sphinx. You're taking that route this time. Six of Pentacles. I feel like you have more. It's like you have more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like you have more resources at your fingertips than you might realize. So again, I do feel like spirit or like the universe or whatever you want to call it is bringing through more for you. But it's all in how much you'll allow that to happen. You know, you might be thinking that things can only happen this way, and if they show up this way, it just won't work out. If the universe wants something in your life, it's going to bring it into you whatever way it feels like, okay? And it might not look the way you want, but you have to let go of that control, like that need to control the outcome and how everything works out, because it might not always work out the way you want, but it's supposed to work out if it's supposed to work out. You know, the universe will try and bring you something in like 4 or 5 different ways. If it can't, like the first time, it'll keep trying. If something's really meant to be in your life, it will be. You know, and there's nothing that's going to stop it. So, like, if you're efforting a lot on something and you're seeing very little results, that's the universe's way of telling you that, like, you know, either you're too attached to the outcome, or this might not be something that's meant for you. You know, easing up a little bit will make way for things to just kind of flow for you, okay? And you want to be in the flow of everything instead of out of the flow. All right, so Scorpio, this is happening in your 9th house. That is Sagittarius's natural house. That's travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, the law, and religion. Those cross cultures, cross-cultural relations. You know, this is learning. This is ethics. You know, this is linked with Cancer, the home, family, roots, self-care, your emotional foundation, your mother, children, women, and femininity in general. Okay, so you might be moving house. Some of you might be moving house, or you might be thinking about moving house. Some of you might be taking a course at home as well. I feel like you might be like starting like a new career, a new job, something like that. Like some of you might be getting the urge to travel more, you know, kind of branch out and see where things take you. You get the Magician too, just like Libra did, and the Wheel of Fortune. You know, these two cards together, what I feel like is, if you're trying to create something new in your life, I feel like fortune is in your favor. Like the wheel is turning in your favor. There's more happening for you than you quite realize. But, Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. Yeah, you might not see instant results of the things that you're doing, but that doesn't mean you give up. That means that you keep going. You know, if this is wrapped around your home, your roots, and your family, like, some of you might be traveling to a destination, and that might end up being your home. Kind of just have to watch and wait and see where the universe takes you. At least some of you. The Four of Cups. Yeah, some of you might feel kind of bored while you're waiting. You know, and there might be some opportunities that show up for you, but they just aren't really what you want. You're waiting for that right path to kind of show up for you. Like you're waiting for that right opportunity to just kind of show up, and like you're gonna ride on that wave. That's crazy. You have the South Node in your sign right now, Scorpio. So like you're purging who you used to be. Like what used to look like There's new beginnings happening for you already anyways, because you're purging parts of yourself that you were holding on to quite tightly for some time that really, you know, just weren't something that, you know, that was supposed to be a part of you anymore. But, you know, Scorpio is a fixed sign, so like it can be harder for you guys to make changes. But sometimes the universe has to force stuff out of your life. You know what? And that might have been uncomfortable, but it made way and made room for you to create things more and for, you know, the wheel to start turning in your favor. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see. This is happening in your 8th house. That is merging. That is sex. That is intimacy. That is shared finances, taxes, loans, assets, property, joint ventures, you know, goals, mystery, your partner's resources. I also feel like it's a house of like what's hidden, you know. I get that feeling too. But this is also naturally Scorpio's house. So like I said, I feel like, you know, I think this has to do with your shared resources that applies to like home and your family and your roots. Like I feel like the structure and the dynamic of your relationships, home and family, and like your connection with your feminine side is changing. Like there's a new beginning there. Like I feel like Sagittarius is spending way more time on self-care. You're putting yourself first more. I know you're a mutable sign, and that means you can put yourself aside easily, but that doesn't have to be the case anymore. I feel like a lot of you are asserting yourselves more. And, you know, it says for this new moon in Cancer that you and your loved ones are safe. So I feel like you having stronger boundaries with people, stronger boundaries, Hierophant. And, you know, you really speaking up with what you want, a lot more can happen for you. Yeah. I feel like a lot of you are feeling more stability, and you're putting yourself at center stage where you dictate what happens in your life, not someone else. But I also feel like a lot of like this energy right here is a lot of you waiting for something to come through. But what I feel like is a lot of you kind of need to just, you know, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, do things that you enjoy, get your mind off of what you're waiting on, okay? Because like they always say, a watch pot never boils. So, you know, it takes way longer if you stare and keep staring at this energy. I don't feel like it's as helpful as you feel it is, but it's kind of like a manic, almost like a manic kind of energy, almost the way that this is being stared at. Some of you, I feel like it could be financial. That has to do with those shared resources. You know, that might be you staring at things that you want to come through that just haven't. Get the Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Yeah, you guys got to get out there. You got to have more fun. Stop staring at whatever this is. You know, it'll ease up more if you're not really looking at it too hard or like too harshly. And things like to happen when you're not looking. Especially for Sagittarius, but I feel like a lot of you like to make things happen. So there's a lot of efforting going on. But the universe is telling you to be more playful, have fun, you know, enjoy yourself. Stop spending all your time working. You know, I know a lot of workaholic Sagittarius is the Hermit. Yeah, a lot of this has to do with your mental processes, I feel like. The way you internalize things. Maybe if you're holding on to this energy too tightly of wanting something to happen, it's kind of like choking off the ability for it to actually happen. But, you know, going within will give you the opportunity just to maybe understand why you do these things, why that has been such a part of your life, why you hold on to things so tightly, and what that whole, like, how that's, if that's helped you emotionally, which I don't feel like it has. Sagittarius, be playful. You know, go have fun, go do things. You know, you guys are the life of the party. You know, you have a great time. You're so fun. Like, you have a great time around people. You can always find someone that you like match up with, that matches your energy, because you're fun, you're playful, but I feel like a lot of you have been kind of too harsh over the last couple of years. I feel like Saturn was in Sagittarius for a little while, and that made you guys kind of have to buckle down really hard to, like, you know, force you to, you know, put fun aside and focus more on stability as opposed to fun. But now you need to focus on fun because the stability is there, you know, and it's about what's calling to you, what wants to be in your life, and that can come through better if you're not staring intently, waiting for something to show up. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn, this is happening. Wow. Oh my God. That is happening in your 7th house of relationships. You know, this is marriage. This is contracts. This is business partnerships. This is equality. This is sharing. This is interpersonal style. Well, this also has to do with Cancer. You know, home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, emotional foundations, your mother, you know, children, women, femininity. This has to do with you, like your home versus your relationships. You know, which one are you spending more time with? Like, I feel like it's more important for you all to strike out a balance between home and family and, like, relationships in general. I feel like, ooh, you have the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. The Queen of cutting out the bullshit. You might be cutting some people out of your life to feel more secure and more stable within yourself. Some of you might be transitioning out of a relationship. It might be the end of a relationship for you because you're, like, the emotional stability is there. No matter how shaky those waves are, that king sits firm, you know, and he holds that cup proud. That's his feelings, and he keeps them, it's like he can keep them more stable the closer he keeps them to himself, you know. But I feel like for Capricorns that, you know, this is a lot more about you understanding how to share more too, like share more of your feelings. You know, and that might be at home that you need to do that. That might be something that needs to happen at home where you don't really express very much emotion. You kind of keep that separate from there. Also, the horse spirit. Freedom is yours. You all have been experiencing more freedom in your lives. Like, you've been going out more, you've been doing more things, but I feel like this has to do with emotional freedom. It's like you're not tied down to anything that's weighing you down anymore. Like any feelings that are holding you down. Maybe you're understanding the relationships that were around you better now that you look back on them from a different point in life. 5 of Cups. Yeah, some of you might be going through a breakup. I do feel that. Like cutting someone out of your life, or maybe someone just doesn't want to be a part of yours anymore, but that energy doesn't match up with you anymore, and it doesn't make sense to sit there and cry about what's gone, you know. The best thing that we can do is try to make peace with it, understand it, and understand that we still have plenty to offer in life, and that there's so many great things about us that, you know, just build on those and spend more time focusing on yourself and stabilizing your emotions. I do feel that breakup energy a little bit with this, you know, this Cancer new moon, that it's lingering in the background, especially with like emotional starts, like home and family, fresh starts for a lot of people. All right, Aquarius. I feel like I did your reading a little bit earlier, right before Virgo. I feel like I mixed yours in with Virgo. Okay, so Aquarius. Let's see. This is happening in your 6th house. That's a natural house of Virgo. You know, health, fitness systems, analytical, like something, like things of an analytical nature, you know, pets, work habits, organization, like a sense of usefulness, like the service that you give. But that's wrapped around home, roots, family, self-care, emotion, like your emotions, your foundation, your mother, your children, your like women and femininity in general, you know. This might have to do with your like self-care, having to do with your routines, like health, fitness, your work habits. Maybe they aren't something that really lines up with your home and your family and the dynamic of everything and the way it all is moving. Yeah. This might have to do with feeling that things are more healthy around your emotional foundation. You know, like understanding your relationships better, maybe opening yourself up a little more and allowing good things to happen to you. Maybe choking off like kind of a relationship in your life almost. This has to do with your roots too, and your health. This is rooted around your health. Let's see what cards come up for you guys. Hold on. 10 of Wands, carrying way too much. Carrying such a heavy burden. 2 of Wands. Your world is a lot different than it used to be. 12 months ago, I bet your world looked a whole hell of a lot different than it does now. But I do feel like you realize that you carried way too much of the load for people than you should have. You know, you were giving people fish instead of teaching them to fish, but you want to be helpful. Like you're a sign that's all about groups, you're all about friends, you know. You like being social and like getting out there, getting into the world. These are both Wands cards, so that's a fire energy. I feel like you're feeling more fiery at this time, but you're definitely wanting to put down this heavy burden that you've been carrying for some time. It's not something that you're looking to do. I feel like the world that you see that is coming to play doesn't have all this that you're carrying anymore. Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. Oh, wow, you got the same card again. Like you got that same card. Yeah, watching and waiting. As the world changes for you, it's not going to be right away. It's not going to happen like within seconds. It's going to, 2 of Pentacles, it's going to be you feeling like you're in the new reality of your life and sometimes feeling like you're still in the old. It's like you're teetering. Like you're almost there, but you're not there, but you feel like you're there sometimes. Like you're on the precipice of like a new world being created for you, but you still have to be in that old world sometimes, and that can be frustrating. Totally frustrating when you feel like things should be moving faster, or, you know, why can't this just happen? But I don't feel like Aquarius is a very, like, impatient sign, so I feel like you're going to understand that all good things take time. And just as long as it took you to transition into, like, all this stuff happening, like this life that you created for yourself, sometimes it can take just as long to transition out. And the journey out of that is a part of who you are. Okay? It's a part of what you need to go through. What the universe is putting in front of you, and I feel like you guys will do fine. You know, Aquarius is a very versatile sign. You, like, there's a certain level of detachment from things and sometimes people. You know, and I feel like you can use that detachment to serve you at this time. You know, when things feel a little too heavy, and you can kind of back off a little bit and then revisit that energy again later. All right, Pisces. Pisces, this is happening for you. Wow. Okay, this is your 5th house. That is Leo's natural house. That is romance. That is love, affairs, play, creativity, fertility, childlike spirit, joy, self-expression, and the drama. Okay? But it's linked around home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, your emotional foundation, your mother, your children, women, and femininity. Wow. You might be meeting somebody that is more of a vibrational match to who you are now as opposed to who you were. I feel like there's going to be some more communication for you. I feel like you're going to be putting yourself out there a little bit, and I feel like part of you wants to, like, run at this, like, full force, but like, another part of you wants to take your time and let things happen, like, naturally and gradually. I feel like a lot of you are going to be, like, be more social. You're going to be connecting with friends. You're going to be, maybe you could be making new friends. That could lead you to a, like, some kind of new relationship. Romantic, friend, other. Beaver spirit, lay a solid foundation. And that foundation is you emotionally feeling more sturdy, more stable. You know, within, like, feeling more stable within your home. Like, feeling more stable within your ability to, like, enjoy love, enjoy, you know, like, have, like, be more romantic, you know, connecting more with your childlike spirit, because, you know, Pisces is a very creative sign. You know, I feel like the water signs are very artistic. You're very linked to emotions. But, you know, Pisces, you have a duality energy, kind of like Gemini does, but it's more in the flow of things. Page of Pentacles. Balance. Feeling more balanced. You know, I feel like a lot of you feel more stable within a career or a job or a business that you may have started. I feel like that is what's making you feel more centered, more balanced, and more able to, like, have things start coming into your life. Like, that was that solid foundation. That foundation was you feeling good about what you're doing for yourself, like who you are, where you are, and, like, it's like your self-image almost. All right, thank you for watching, Pisces, and thank you all for watching so much. I'm sorry, like, the 30-minute marker, I think I went off track a little bit, but again, like I said, this new moon is the 28th and the 29th, so, you know, fresh starts and fresh feelings, new beginnings are on the horizon for all of us, and it really depends on what house you have Cancer in. So, Like I said, I recommend you get a hold of your natal chart. There are many websites out there that offer this for free. I know Pam Gregory does that. I know Annie Botticelli does that. She has her own website too, where she gives away a free birth chart. I know she actually does the Annie Botticelli actually has like transits too. Not just like if you have an opposition between planets, or like you have a sextile, or a trine, or like you have a conjunction, or something like that. You know, you'd be able to see it. And this moon, like I said, is at 7 degrees of Cancer. So I'd make sure you check out your chart and see where this new moon is falling for you, and where you're going to be feeling a rebirth, or just like new, like fresh energy. Okay, I'll see y'all again soon. Okay, bye.